Jim, if you can get your reactions on today's game, obviously the guys started very well. Did you think it would end the way it ended?
Look, of course, first and foremost, I'm absolutely, devastated with the end result, which is ultimately the most important thing that matters. But I thought that we started the game really well. I thought, when I watched the Ross County game back last week, I was disappointed with how passive I felt the team were up in Dingwall on that occasion. And we spoke about that in the last couple of days in training, and I asked for a bit more aggression, a bit more determination, and a bit more passion, just to show the supporters that the situation that the club are in at the moment is hurting the players and the staff as much as it is hurting them. And I thought for the first 45 minutes, I thought we were the better team. We had more possession, more attempts on goal. Just unfortunately, I couldn't capitalise on some of the good crosses that we put in the box. Second half, again, I didn't think there was a great deal between the two teams. I think the first goal is a mistake, unfortunately, and I think that's been the issue all season, really. When you look at the goals that have been conceded, it's individual errors, unfortunately, that have been costing us. And no player goes out there deliberately to make a mistake, but two of the three goals that we conceded today are mistakes. I know the Dundee United fans won't want me to be standing here and trying to make excuses or anything like that. I know the only stat that matters is the end result, but for anyone who cares, we had 24 goal attempts or something tonight with 6 on target. Aberdeen had 9 goal attempts and 4 on target. The difference being the 4 attempts that they had, they managed to convert 3. The 6 on target we had, we've only managed to convert 1, and that being from the penalty spot. So that's ultimately the reason why we're in the position that we're in. We're giving up too many soft goals at the back, which is something that we have to rectify, and we have to find out the solution to put that right. And then at the top end of the pitch, we need to try and find that killer touch.
Yeah. Obviously, given what you've said, does that give you heart going into future games?
Yeah, look, I'm not standing here thinking that we deserved to win the game. I thought a draw on the overall balance of the game probably would have been a fair result. I don't think either sets of supporters could have argued with that. We haven't been passed off the park. Aberdeen haven't controlled possession and completely dominated the game. We were more than in the game. I thought, there was a lot of things that we asked from the players that we saw there today, especially the commitment and the determination. I'm not going to stand here and give plaudits to the players for that, because that is the minimum requirement of any professional football player. That 100% effort should always be there. But there was good parts to our game. I thought we'd done well when we got the ball out into the wide areas. I thought we put some great crosses in the box. I thought we had first contact on a number of occasions. We've hit the bar first half. We had a header cleared off the line from the corner. While all that was going on, Mark Berrigatis had very little to do at the other end. But it's goals that change games, and I don't mind losing goals when the opposition does something brilliant and cuts you open, or somebody scores a 30-yard screamer. But the goals that we've conceded tonight are very avoidable, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah. The goal that we got was through the penalty. There was a wee bit of fortune around it, but it was at a time when we were attacking quite a bit in that. And obviously being up that end of the park, that creates the opportunity for Sadat to go down.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought young Sadat was excellent when he came on. I thought, obviously we had a game plan prior to the game about trying to be organised, trying to deny Aberdeen that space in behind. We know the movement and the pace of their forward players, so I thought the boys managed that really, really well and took that information on exactly how we would have wanted, particularly in the first 45 minutes. But yeah, we had to change the system a little bit. We had to change the approach, and we done that by putting Sadat up top with Fletch, and I thought Sadat done well. He worked his socks off. And earned us the penalty and got us back in the game and got us level. Jamie, was very cool head during those circumstances, and dispatched the penalty brilliantly. And at that moment in time, then, we need to control the game a bit better. We need to manage the game a bit better. And unfortunately, we didn't do that well enough, and that's why we're standing here with nothing to show for it.
Yeah, that bit you're talking about, when we scored a penalty, they then got up the other end of the park and getting back in front very quickly. Is that a real kick in the guts at that point then?
Yeah, I think when whenever you equalise in any stage of the game, I think then it's about cool heads. It's about resetting again, getting the shape back again, not going chasing it, not going and hunting for that second one too early, and just trying to make sure that we maintain the balance of the team properly, and we didn't do that well enough, unfortunately. So, I know you can look at every goal and say that they're all avoidable at one stage or another, but tonight, the 3 goals that we conceded, particularly 2 of those 3 are mistakes, and we have to do better in those situations.
Yeah. Given the performance and efforts that the guys put in tonight, do you also take heart from the fact that, like say, Ian Hart coming back from a long injury and the performance that he gave, and Jamie coming in as well? Does that give you heart going into Wednesday's game against Livingston?
Yeah, of course it does. I mean, look, Harksey done great. He's had 1 training session prior to today. I wanted to get an experienced team on the park this evening, and we knew we weren't going to get a full 90 out of Ian. We asked him to give us his all, and that 70th minute mark, I think it was 65th minute mark, he started to cramp up, so we had to make the necessary changes. We're missing 1 or 2 key players. Peter Pollitt's a big loss. Hopefully we'll get Peter back next week, if not for the Wednesday game, definitely for the game after the international break. I think we missed that bit of pace, that bit of urgency in the final third sometimes. I think the modern day game, I think you need that attacking threat. We didn't have that option until Sadat came onto the pitch, really. Fletcher, I thought, leaded the line really, really well. He's a centre half's nightmare for the way that he puts himself about, and that pairing of the 2 of them has given us some food for thought for Wednesday, because I thought they worked well together with Sadat's pace and willingness to run in behind, and Fletch obviously to be that handful for the centre half. So we've got plenty to think about for Wednesday night, but we have to remain positive. We can't be moping about the place, feeling sorry for ourselves. And I thought the supporters tonight, and I would just like to give them a special mention, because at half time I thought they were brilliant, the way that they were right behind the team, and even there at the end, I know they're disappointed, I know they're hurting. This squad of players shouldn't be in the position that it's in, but their reaction and the welcome that they have given me was greatly appreciated, because we're all well aware of how difficult the circumstances are, but they played their part tonight. They got behind the team, and they were behind the team for pretty much the majority of the game, 90 minutes, and that's all you can ask for from the supporters. So we're disappointed for them, but we've got an opportunity on Wednesday, and that's the great thing about football. The next opportunity to put things right is only around the corner, and we have to go on Wednesday with the same fight and the same commitment that we've shown throughout the majority of the game. But of course we need to cut out those key errors, really, at key moments in the game.